Hey guys, welcome to a new video of the Old School series. Now, we covered 2004. We all saw what tilt does, what the grind does, how it can mess everything up. What I what I don't want to mention is that I actually won over all the tilts, but I don't want to get into results too much. I just want to look at the strategy and how crazy everything was back then. As you can see, we're in a new office. The only thing here is that it's all nice. I have a little bit of a ghetto mic set up. I'm waiting for my new mic to come in. I am very glad here. You can see already from the quality. I mean, this is late at night and I don't have like one of those professional I'm a YouTube god thing rings in front of me, because streaming for 10 hours on Twitch at the same time can make very hard if you have a white light shining into your face. We do have some lighting though, and I think that if you compare this to the quality that I was in Panama City, it's much better. Right now we're in Victoria, Canada. I do not want to hold you guys up too long because I do want to get into the action. As you can see here, I also alright, pressed F5, rebooted a YouTube video, no problem, you know, I'm a professional YouTuber. I'm not even gonna cut it out, that's why, because we're just having fun. As you can see here in the bottom, I hid the results. I listened to your guys' feedback, and what's very important is that we changed it up a bit. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper, so we're gonna do 50 hands of 100 NL. To also get some of the smaller pots. I know that you guys said that there was also a lot of like standard type all-ins. I think that the betting and all that stuff is really interesting still. We can look at some of the hands, some of the names, some of the nicknames. Also just compare the betting patterns. There's some insanely structural mistakes. If we're gonna go deeper, if we're gonna have like 300,000 hands of 1020, you can be sure that I'm not just gonna pick up the setups. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper into this. Right now, let's just go through 100 NL. We're gonna look at 25 hands today, do the biggest 25 next time. I'm sure we'll encounter some really interesting hands. We're gonna see some real beauties, some real ugly ones as well. But I just think that overall, this is the best way to go about this, especially for these stakes. It's not really worth to just dive too deep into it. But just know that for the future we will. But right now, let's get this thing going. Alright, guys, here we go. We got Pocket Force limping along. Of course, Annika, why not, you know? As you can see, also what people have been asking is that it doesn't automatically top off. You didn't have those things back then, so god damn, it's so nice to stream on new quality again. Of course, we're gonna raise. So if I see that we have a set, I might go through the pot a little bit faster, but I do not want to jump over over some of these things too quickly, because there is a lot of interesting stuff that happens. And actually, also, I think that about, you know, I don't know, 10-20% of the comments or the feedback that I receive is that people still make a lot of these mistakes today. And because of these videos, you guys kind of restructure your thinking. You are learning different ways to approach a hand, and I think that we can sometimes go deeper in on that. We're also going to discuss a very important question from the comments at the end. So stay tuned for that, keep watching, and make sure that you do comment if you have something to say about it, because we are going to pull in the comments and do discuss them. Yeah, sure, bro. All right, here we go. So we have a set, of course, a standard case of, hey, I have something, you have something too, let's get it the fuck in. All right, really wondering what kind of sizing I pick. At this point, it's kind of clear that the guy has ace-x. Would have really liked to see bigger bets, but it doesn't really matter in the end. The only problem is that this is kind of big for him to call. Whereas look at the difference. If we bet 20 here, because we already know that he kind of has it. But look at this. Look at this. 1, 3. There's another guy too. We just completely disregard that guy. 1, 3, 5, 14. Call. At this point, this is one of that classic scenario that we saw last time. I have something, you have something. Let's go. So, knowing that we have that, I would have liked to see a bet that was a little bit bigger. If we bet 20 here and he calls, then he only has to call 50 in a pot of 72. Big difference with 54 and 64. So little things like that matter. So you do want to always kind of plan ahead to see what will happen on the river. I mean, I imagine, oh please. And every time I say I imagine, I think to myself, this is not going to go wrong, right? Because what we saw last time is actually seeing that I would go for something ridiculous like fucking 40 here. Really? The first fucking hand? Oh my god. Think about this, guys. Hands and win rates are measured in how many big blinds per 100 hands you win. I leave 4.5 big blinds on the table here. Imagine doing that 5 times a session. You know how hard your win rate's being destroyed by not picking the optimal sizing there. And this could have been fixed by choosing a little bit of a different size. So absolutely ridiculous that we get these hands in, but then on the other hand, we do get them all in. You know, we do get them all in. We do get them all in. All right, interesting, interesting. So also, if you're wondering about seeing some less than standard hands when you're talking about overpairs, pairs, and maybe seeing some more marginal spots, there weren't really any marginal spots back then because people just played really good hands and they played them in a very shitty fashion. So we won't be able to see a 3-bet with 10-8 suited and the barrel all the way because that simply didn't happen. So with these decks, we're definitely going to be looking at these type of hands and we're going to just dive into those and see how they compare to now. I think that during this year, we're slowly going to see me transform into somebody who's much more aggressive. I think 2006, I played my first EPT even. Or even later this year, maybe. It's crazy, it's crazy. It's really crazy. I think that most of these hands are from... Yes, this is all early. This is all the first 3-4 months of 2005. So we're definitely early on in the year. I actually have a pretty big 3-6 sample and a really big 5-10 sample from this year as well. So this year we're already going to get to pretty high stakes. All right, let's jump back into it. Alright, I'm not even gonna fucking discuss that anymore. Really good, Rossi. Really good. Nice stack, by the way, too. Nice stack. Even lift, bro. Oh my god, there we go. Oh, did we get lucky there? Nope. Alright, that was good. Really no clue why. Like, on a lot of stuff, for a lot of hands, this 7 could be a scare card for Mr. Ace-Jack. God damn it, man. Can't believe I wasn't playing full stack. But then again, I was taking shots and also you didn't have the reload thing. If you would lose a pot right before this one, then you might end up being short. God damn, man. I just can't get over these fucking min raises pre-flop. This is so terrible. I really wonder when I'm going to learn. I really, really wonder. The moment I'm going to see a 3x 3-bet, guys, I'm going to get down on my knees and be thankful. Alright, great. So, we win another one, which is great. So you are going to be seeing a lot of limps and a lot of sets with hands like this, but like I said, it doesn't really matter because a lot of the little intricacies is like the wrong way of thinking, right? It's not so much about like, oh, look at this crazy fucking hand with Jack 8 suited. That comes later. Yeah, that comes later because once we're going to start playing heads up, 10-20, all that stuff, it's going to be much more crazy. Also, I would like to note that this is full ring. You see this? And somebody in the comments asked that on the last video or the one before that, and they said, what's up with all the full ring? Didn't you play 6 max back then? 6 max didn't exist. And then when 6 max was made, there was maximum 4 6-handed tables per limit. Crazy to think about that now. He did it! He trapped! When was this hand played? I don't even know. I don't even know. Oh my god, I need to know. I need to know this right now. When was this hand played? Oof. Alright, this was a little bit later in the year. This was actually from June, so this could actually be that I just learned. Wow. Alright, I'm happy though. Let's see if I get punished for it. He checks. Alright, what would be good sizing here, guys? I mean, I would say that there's... Alright, so from a today's point of view, if somebody would check this king, it could be oftentimes that he's kind of pot controlling 9s or 10s, something like that. So I think that if he has a hand like ace queen, then the king is the perfect card to bet. So once they check, I do expect them to check call the turn. So I would go a little bit bigger here. He disagrees. There we go, he calls. And once again, guys, this goes back to look at the pot size on the river. This is a pretty tough call with 10s and 9s. Whereas, I mean, this is a very important point to drive home, guys. If we bet 28 here into 42, yeah, 28, that gives us $20 more in the pot, which puts the pot at $100. and he only has to call 57. You see how important that is? That counts double because we're both putting it in. So the pot grows very quickly, and then it becomes a much more easy size to call. This guy actually ended up being one of the biggest winners on 1020, I think. It's kind of fun to see. We have to pay attention to the names, because last time we saw some fucking legends. All right, checks, bets. Apparently, this was my strategy to get people involved in the pots. As you can see, what is really interesting though, because that we went back and picked 25 of the smaller pots that also went to all in, or, you know, as you can see, to a betting thing. A betting thing, you know, you guys figure out what the fuck that means. Because we went back, we're gonna see more of these type of mistakes where we actually don't get to full stack all-ins, and we do get called. He does have 9s. I'm a fucking wizard. Yeah, so okay, this is kind of more like this day theory, but I do really think that you know, especially when all the draws miss, double flush draws miss, all of those shit misses. There's a lot of ace 3, ace 4, right? That's still gonna call. So you do want to bet big on the river to be able to represent bluffs, and bigger on the turn, etc., etc., etc. Damn. All right, cool. Actually, I'm enjoying the fact. What's this? No, young lad. Okay, so we finally get to a more shady hand. And I was already all the way in my brain convinced. There we go. Yeah, there it is, guys. The 5 for offsuit. You know why this is? I actually think I remember the session. I think that this session I got to a very big stack, and I was playing everything, and I was taking screenshots of how big my stack was. I was even showing my fucking friends on MSN, alright? I was like, look at this. This is real fucking money. Oh, you're so cool. Oh my god. Especially bad, guys, because just to explain, because there is a very important lesson in here. This is especially bad because this guy might think, hey, I'm gonna try to get it all in against one person, because if I might go all in for 18 here, he's gonna put in 72, making these two guys fold. At the same time, it would be very good to flat call with a big hand here, hoping that he goes all in and that he goes all in. That's just like little things to consider when you're playing as fun player. What the fuck is gonna happen this hand? Oh man. Please check raise it. If you check raise it, I will apologize. Well, I mean, it's still terrible, but I will apologize. No. Skadoosh! Oh my god, UO Plex 420. Oh yeah, there we go. We hit it, so we raise it. And there we go. Finally found my fucking nuts and turned this hand into a value scenario where I go for full pot on the river. So, hand is played terribly. I don't really mind the peel, to be honest, on the flop. If he bets into 3, then you kind of know that he does have an ace at this point. The board is rainbow, so any 3 will give me the nuts. The thing is, if you hit, you're gonna get everything. We might not be deep enough for check raising. If this guy has like 160, check raising it and firing all the way is a very good strategy, I think. But as we played it, it's fine. I'm just very happy that I go for the full pot on the river. So let's look at that as a positive. All right, guys. I like that I hide the thing in the bottom now, so you guys don't see if I win or lose the hand. If you make this 8, I'll put a pencil in my hand. Okay. Different age, guys. Different age. Different age. You see, I'm completely looking at this hand from the perspective. All right. So now I would be very happy. Raising isn't too bad, actually. Think about it. We're under-repping our hand a lot. Of course, we come up with a min-raise. It's no fucking problem. Yeah. You see, this is an in-betweener. This is a, I'm not too sure what to do, so I'm just going to do it small. And people sniff that shit out. God damn it. What the fuck does he have? Ace Queen! Oh my god, get... That's brutal. That still hurts. You're an asshole, Ansel. This guy doesn't know how to spell hurricane. I even pushed it by the way he said it. Guys, I do want to say that I've read about 40 comments that say that the Scottish way to spell whiskey is with a Y and not EY, so I do take all of that back. Teach this Yank how to spell whiskey. Yeah, well, I'm from Holland, you fucker. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's the way we were taught. In Dutchland. Alright, so we did get absolutely fucking murdered here. How upset I must have been at this hand. 95? What the fuck? It's straight 2-outer, that's why. Queen of Spades no good. Alright, so this is definitely the most annoying thing that could happen. Maybe this is one of those things that sent me to the Dark Ages. And believe me, guys, I've seen some of the stakes that I played. There is going to be a Tilt edition from this year as well. Because I do think it'll be a couple of years before I actually left my Tilt behind and grew up like a nice, cute little boy that just grinded poker. I don't think I ever was that. Please don't make it 4. I'm going to make it 5. I should make it 10. 6, okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's better, it's better. 11! Oh my god, this guy must have watched my training video on how to 3-bet. Alright, so everybody, apparently, this is the hottest strategy in town. Tickle 2 gets it right. There we go, he flats it, and immediately, why would we not go all in? And we're gonna call it, of course. Why would we not immediately go all in when we hit something? Who gives a shit about bluffs? Who gives a shit about letting your opponent get ace-king in? We there! Let's go! Is this a fucking joke? Is this a fucking joke? This Lex is very unlucky. I know that YouTube believes me to be a very lucky person, but I haven't been very lucky. And this proves it. This 2005 hand proves it. Alright, it doesn't really, but this is, you know, this is just one of those spots that you're gonna get it in. 80-20, it's whatever though. This is actually... I mean, his flop play is really bizarrely bad. You're pretty much saying like, oh hey, I mean, I realistically I'm gonna call with 10s and jacks, but then again, if he checks, I'm gonna go all in with those anyway, so there's no real gain there. Yeah. All right, let's move it along. Next. 10. Yes, we did it. We did it! This is our first! Oh my god, what the fuck? This is our first. The very first good 3-bet that we've seen. I need to know when this hand was. Let's see. Where the fuck is this? The fuck is this? There it is. There it is. There it is. When is this hand? Ah, there you go. Oh, this is also in June. Okay, so that's weird. That's the same month. Maybe this is when I really started learning, though. I really think that this is going to be on the cutoff somewhere there. Ugh. But we've seen from the last videos I was an absolute fucking gangster. Yes! Just in case he wanted to rep a jack, guys, we are going to put him all in so that he cannot anymore. Oh my god, what the fuck's going on here? Kings! Wow, Jesus. This is extremely bad, though, because look at this. At this point... if he's bluffing, he's gonna fold when we do this, and if he has a hand like kings, queens, 10s, he's gonna, and overplays them, which he's doing, he's gonna shove the river anyway. So what we're doing once more, same, or not once more, but same with the king queen guy did last hand, to just taking the bluffs away from us. But this does give us a nice little juicy pot. Very nice, very nice. All right, let's just go to the next. I just realized that we do have a lot to talk about. I cut this up into top 25, so this hand is right now 8 out of 25, or, you know, yeah, 8 out of 25, I think, or 7, whatever the fuck, I can't figure that out. When it says 18 out of 25, I don't know if it's hand 6, 7, or 8, if you count down from the back, and I don't know. But we do have a lot to talk about, it seems, with these hands, so whenever it's pretty clear, we're gonna move it along a bit. Ace-6, if you want to play hands like this, you better do it fucking aggressively, which is what we saw last time. Oh, look at that. Showing the aggression. Golden Faith ended up being a big 2-4 regular, actually. Big D. I know how you feel. Yeah, this is very bad. I really feel like you're going to get baited a lot here. I think the checking is a lot better, to be honest. Yeah. 10. 45. Alright, how much are we value cutting ourselves now? $12. The absolute fucking hidden, immaculate indestructible nuts. God damn it, against somebody who's so very clearly... This, guys, is 12 big blinds we leave out there. 12 big blinds. I think I made a calculation mistake earlier. Yeah, 12 big blinds. You fucking Nimrod. Legitimately makes me upset. It's just leaving money out there, really. Oh. Oh. The first pre-flop bluff we've seen. Skadoosh. This legitimately is the first pre-flop bluff that we've seen. Isn't that hilarious? Let's see if we get rewarded for this shit. Come on, PokerStars, do it. Obviously very terrible. This is just the kind of thing where it's very obvious, right? You see me raise to 5 or 6 whenever there's 2 limpers, and now I have a bad hand, I make it 3, and this is subconsciously because I feel like making a move, but I do not have the balls to go all the way for it, which is something that you see is a very big tell sometimes in PLO. When people, let's say they turn some straight, they check pot. Whereas if they want to bluff with a draw and represent a straight, they don't check raise pot, but they make it something like, you know, three times the raise or whatever. It's a big tell, especially in PLO you see this. Not bad, not bad. All right, let's do it. If you make it 12 or 15 or something, please just make it 25. Nice, nice, nice lad. Oh, there we go. And no heart, I guess. Oh shit, you're dead. Bowed it up. 5 no good, bitch. All right, nice, nice. Okay, so we're getting a little bit frisky. I think that the interesting thing here is that you can see that we're a little bit evolving though. We did see it last hand, and we are looking at a hand from 19th of January. January must have been a very upsetting month for me because this is pretty early in my grinding days, and apparently it's 5 months earlier than the aces hand. But it is good to see that I'm getting a little bit frisky. The 5-4 hand was 5 months after this. Jesus fucking Christ, all over the place, my guys. You know what we could also do for a future video is look at them chronological. I mean, when I start playing 1020 and shit, I could make a video about every fucking month. But we jump between I jump between stakes a lot, like all the way down to all the way up here. So there is that to consider, but I don't know. I think that the first few videos is kind of figuring it out, and the comments really help me, guys. So please make sure you fucking comment. I really enjoy reading them. I really enjoy hearing what you guys have to say, and they just motivate me to make more of these, because we're gonna have a lot of these videos. So we just kind of have to find our groove and see what everybody likes the most, and you know, we can just go from there. Sixes. I wonder what happens this hand. All right. I'm also kind of looking for. Let's see, sixes, this is from November. Oh my god, must have fucking gone broke and I had to grind it again. This is from November. Alright, I do think that we're gonna flop a 6. Oh, look at that. This is one of the first times I flat, so this could have been something that I've actually learned over the year. Okay, board gets a little bit too scary. I don't mind this at all though. Alright, and we do actually put the fucking guy in. I'm so fucking happy to see that. Okay, so actually flop flat is not something that we've seen a lot. We saw it with the set of 5s earlier, but at least we get the full amount here. So, not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, friends. So this is either hand number 10 or 11. Ooh, hello. You see, this is the kind of crazy thing that I've never really realized. Oh, flatting. And this hand is from June. Alright, so flatting. This is something that I haven't really realized. Oh. Is how bad people played versus any 2 cards from the big blind. Because if it checks down to the big blind, he has any 2. I have every single fucking 7 in my range. What are you doing, lad? I have to say that I hate this raise. I'm pretty much just saying I have a 7. Also, the min raise just makes it clear, right? Because I'm not afraid of him just only having to call 15 and 72. Like, what am I bluffing here with, guys? Tell me. Give me one bluff. Leading the flop, calling a check raise, min raising 60% pot bet. Give me one bluff that I have, because I can't think of any. I can't think of any. God, are we gonna get schmelted here? Oh, that's brutal though. Look at the way this guy played it too. I mean, but in the end, he knows that I'm gonna call. So can you really blame this dude? This is a 0. It's a big fat fucking 0. Alright, that's great. Great, good stuff, young Lex. Very interesting though. Oh, under the gun, 4x. Why the fuck not? You know. Oh wait, okay. There's a blind here. So I think this is one of the things that I was holding to. That if there was somebody sitting out, you make it 4x because you need to steal it. I don't know if that was the case here. 6, 12, 25. There we go. Ding a ding a ding a ding. It's kind of like a fucking pinball machine. When two people have a hand, it goes ding 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 ding, and all of a sudden you're all in. 20. This is obviously the perfect turn. It's very unlikely he has a fucking 8. And he has queens. Alright, yeah. Kind of crazy. Everything is decided on flops. Actually, I have to commend this guy on fucking flatting the flop, to be honest. Realistically, this guy just wanted to see if there was an ace, king, or spade, maybe, but it's good though. Like, I don't mind this at all. Like, if you go into the GTO lab, you might actually find this play optimal. I said it. Prove me wrong, bitches. I mean, I know that there's, you know, very little people watching that actually will take the time to prove me wrong. And if you do, fuck you. I won't even read your comment. All right. Okay, cool. Ace Jack. Oof. Ace Jack. You have to be careful, guys. Ace Jack is not the nuts, especially in these days. You have to be careful. Oh my god. You know what the crazy thing is? Okay, and this is a concept that people really get poorly or do wrong. People think oftentimes that by taking it easy or pot controlling, they're gonna keep the pot small. But what you have to do also is then do it on later streets. And it's really gonna be interesting to me to see if I actually do that. Because if I actually start fucking firing with this hand, then I probably should have just raised it pre-flop. Because then at least I have a much more clear idea of what they're doing. Oh, 4. Alright, so this is pretty much, I don't have a flush. Good luck if you have one. Check min raise. Oh my god. Please, we all know that he has something. Can you please bet fucking 25? ISILDUR! What date? We need a timestamp. 21st of January, 2005. My first overbet all in. Yes! Oh my god, this is so smart. That is the exact right way to do it. Bet big, and he did. Alright, guys. I'm feeling better about this now. Let's see. Who were any T. Demesky ended up grinding a lot. And, okay. Alright, so no legends to witness this shit, you know? No whispers in corners about the upcoming legend, Razi 1. God damn, man. Shout out to ISILDUR, making everybody reconsider overbets in their whole life. This is one of the first things that I see where I think, there is something there. Maybe there is something good going on here. Well, I mean, I'm obviously winning money, but I think that this is one of the first unconventional things that I do. And unconventional means that you don't see it a lot, and if you figure something out that the rest of the field doesn't, you're gonna make a lot of progress and you're gonna crush. And that is something that is just really hard right now because there's a lot of people that are really good that are using each other to get better. So if one guy is very math oriented and the other guy knows everything about hand ranges and those guys work together, then it becomes very hard to beat them. But in those days it kind of was like, okay, if you're the first person overbetting, nobody would adjust for the next 2 years pretty much. So seeing something like this is really cool because this if this strategy kind of sticks, this is definitely one of the ways where we can see a lot of progress coming. Cool. Really cool. Alright, get fucked, dude. Spadery, no good. Okay, that's a flat. Okay, I wasn't expecting this. This is obviously terrible fucking sizing, but poop is fun. Alright, cool. They let 5-year-olds on stars back then, apparently. 1-1. Yeah, that has to be raised. Good sizing. I like it. Queen. 22. Good sizing. What are we gonna do here, guys? Are we gonna shove? I don't think so. I think we're gonna bet like 52 or something. Yeah, you see? I don't mind it. I don't mind it, especially back then. Queen jack. Wow. Bad sizing. No, I don't mind the sizing. I mean, it's like 5-way, whatever. There's a lot of shit going on here. A lot of hands also like 10s, 9s with clubs, that sort of stuff peels, right? You have your ace. well, you can't really say ace jack. Let's say king queen with a single club, that sort of stuff. Ace queen with a single club is definitely part of this range back then. So I don't mind this. I don't mind this. See, I'm getting on board with my play. Haha. And it's gonna be 6, 8. We're learning. It's still not big enough, but we're learning. 4. Just lead it out. Okay, Klaus. Alright, that makes me look at all the other names. What's this? Time Walker. Wow, that's a sick name. Alright, 7. Look at this. Another flat. Keep bluffs in the range. I really hope I don't raise right now, but I'm probably going to. No! We're learning. We're learning. I'm much less embarrassed right now. We're still absolutely terrible, but... do I raise here? God damn it. Fucking... Alright, so we're value cutting ourselves again for about $17, but... I mean, realistically, look at this too. Like, let's say you think this works better if you're going for value, but actually, it would look way more bluffy if you just make it 60. Because at least that way, you try to make somebody fold. This way, it's just 23. Yeah, alright, okay. Things to consider. I really like the flat calling, guys, because we saw earlier it's very bad if you do not give your opponents a chance to bluff. Usually, if you play one street really good, really strongly, it would be good to give them some room later. So, let's go to the flop and give an example of that. Let's say he bets 17 and you raise here. This is a spot where we saw raises a lot in previous hands. What you could do here is make it 38. Then if they call and the turn rolls out, you check behind. So if you make something that's seemingly very aggressive, you follow it up with a weaker action, because that way you can fire more bluffs in the flop, and also you don't get exploited by people because you don't play transparent on future streets. Replay that a couple times because that's a very important concept. Good. Good. Alright, so this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so this is the last 10 hands. But this is not the top 10 from this stage. We're going to do those next time. But I do think that we're going to be zigging and zagging a lot with this series, and I think that's fine. Okay, so would be very nice if there's dead money out there to actually steal it. Also, pocket fours, if they don't hit, they're usually only going to win if they hero call or have the initiative. And it's much easier to win if you have the initiative. Leading out. Okay. We're going to flat. You see this there? But, okay. Realistically, I would say, oh, we have to flat again. But do we really? This fucking guy just wants to get the money in, right? Don't shove. Don't shove, because that means you're just a fish who's trying to see if there's going to be a spade. Check. Oh, man. Oh, and I flat. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have 51 left. I was like, are you trapping for 10? What the fuck are you doing, dude? This is just not fair. This is just not fair. This is just not fair. I must have broken some desks this year because this is brutal. Another 95%er, guys. I mean, they do happen, obviously, you know, but I just hurts. It still hurts. Maybe I have some subconscious trauma that I've never dealt with because of these fucking hands. And it's all coming back. Maybe before the end of the video, I'm going to be crying, guys. Alright, pretty brutal, but takeaways. This is good. Induce, call, make sure that he goes for it again. You know, even if he has a hand like ace king, he's just gonna fire a lot because he just thinks that you have some shit hand. Because at least you don't take the bluff away from him. Pocket fours, look at that. This is the flavor of the month. Leading out, don't mind this at all. God damn, this shows some PLO beginnings. Balancedly leading out a board this complicated from the blinds against the initial raiser. Yeah, that's how the fucking Poker Pros talk, guys. So 3-bet the flop, not too bad. There's a lot of draws. Call. Oh, nice. Well done. What we see here is that this might seem very standard to you, but for those days, this would be considered as a more marginal value bet. This is good. This is good. When was this? March. All right. So, like, definitely slowly progressing. I do realize that we made two of the cooler moves in January, but that does give a good precursor for the year. God damn, man. Time just fucking flowed back then. It's just like one big blob when you think about it. And you just played poker all year. There was no traveling. This, like, I saw a tweet from Scott Bloomstein, I think it was, that he said, things I miss about poker, and everybody kind of started talking and reminiscing about the nostalgic moments. One of the things I really miss is just waking up at whatever time. So I went to bed when I was tired. I woke up when I was waking up. I didn't put alarms. I didn't do anything else. I mean, I hung out with friends, of course, that sort of stuff, but I just wake up, turn on my computer, turn on like a South Park episode or whatever, Dragon Ball Z or something, and I would just 4-table grind, and I would just sit there and I would do it all day. And then in the evening I would watch a movie or something and I would go to bed. I would just smoke cigarettes all day and do all that kind of shit, and then just sit there and grind. And then what did you have planned for next month? Nothing. What did you have plans for March? Nothing. The only thing you did was sit down and fucking grind, and that's how you posted up. And a lot of grinders are still doing that, but you know, that's the fucking grind. But this is good. This is good. I'm glad to see it. Glad to see it. Okay. Guys, you could say that the 5-4 offsuit earlier was a loose defend. I could not tell you were wrong. Lead. I bet I'm gonna lead again. No. Okay. 10. Not bad. 40. Booyah, Kasha. Oof. Okay, it's not bad. But then you have to lead shove this, right? I love this person. I don't know who this guy is, but I love this person. I hate you. I love this guy. I hate you. I despise you. God damn it, man. That's brutal. Kind of brutal, but I like the way this is played. Nothing you can do here. Interesting. I like the flat, kind of like. I mean, on this turn, you kind of want to have people spew all in it. Actually, this is definitely more of a PLO play, to be honest. Yeah, I retract my statement about what I said there. Could have it edited out. Don't do that. You know why? I got confidence, bitch. Thank you. All right, cool. Next hand. Okay. All right. Well, we didn't spoiler this one at all. Great stuff there, Captain. All right. It's flatting because I do remember this hand. I think yeah, queens. Now this is interesting. Flat. Good. Bet. I actually don't mind either. I think that shoving could be pretty good here, because you just have to think if you're playing against a fun player. So if you're playing against like some fucking OG, there's not that many draws that you would shove the turn with. If you're playing against a fun player, then you just want him to have 10s with a heart or this type of hand and just get it in. So I do really think that fitting the time, this is just the best way to do it. At least we're not punting it on a fucking flop, and it's not really a punt because we have a really good hand, but I mean, it's a punt because you just value cut yourself, not like, ooh, 38 or 20. You know, that's what you would have seen a year ago. So I do think that you see some more. You say a slew in Dutch. It's like it's a little bit more like slick, trappy, smart. There's just some different lines going on that are smart. It seems like sometimes like fucking hello, but yeah, this is a pretty shitty chair. You see? This is how I conquer the internet. No, I don't actually. Get fucking murdered. Boom. There we go. Excuse me. Alright. Well, I don't really understand why I start all of a sudden doing the 4x. This is just whiskey! There he is. Yes, this guy. This must be a Scottish. Yeah. Go on then, lad. Aye, laddie. Okay, so what happened here? This guy flatted, bet, check raise, flat. See, we can actually do sound effects. 2020. Checks. Okay. Now this, guys, is super interesting to me. Do I go for value here? Oh. And I do it for the full amount, guys. This is crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Get your ass kicked. I still really like this though. Fucking pussy. Like, what do you think I have? Well, 8-9 gets there, but really? He flats with queens. I really like this shove. But, okay, so this also is going to take us to the comment. It's very interesting at the end of the stream that we'll talk about. So remember this hand where also I think that having played this hand, I might have told myself I should have checked. Even though I do think that's a good move. But I think that people, like, you should start from the front in a story. This is the start of the hand. See if you complete the steps in the right order. What what I see on Twitch a lot when I'm streaming, when you see the chat comments, is that people go from the back and they go forward. I lost a hand. How could I have prevented this? No! That's the wrong way of thinking, but we'll get to that at the end of the video, so definitely watch out for that one. Which is gonna be soon. That's good. It's a good length. Like, we did 25 hands. We're gonna do 25 hands next time too. Streamed for 9 hours today, so my voice is going a little bit crazy. I just wanted to have this online. I didn't have this online on a Monday because I had to get all the hands over again, which takes a shitload of fucking work. Just know that from now on, YouTube videos are going to be on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and these ones are always going to be online on Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and these ones are always going to be going online on a Tuesday. 6, I don't mind this. Flatting a 6x, but then at least, oh, this guy, fake ISILDUR. This guy thinks he got it all figured out. Oh, okay. Okay. No way, dude. You gotta be fucking kidding me, right? This fucking guy bets 3 times pot with top set on a board that doesn't have anything else, and he gets fucking paid off. Good job, Patoot. I wonder how the rest of your career went, huh? Yeah, okay. This guy fucking firing nut flushes, playing 5-10, pot is $80, fires $400 with the fucking straight flush. God damn it, man. That would even be better than this, to be honest, because there's like spades and shit, right? Or flushes. A little salt on the end there. Fucking Greenstein, dude. Okay. That was interesting. Yeah, why not? Pretty chill turn bet as well. I mean, at the turn I understand, but what the fuck is this flop bet? Alright, whatever, man. Well played, you got me. You see how I'm still salty? I get really salty when I lose. I was saying, like, out of competitiveness, I always say, whatever, dude, whatever. Good job, good job. Ooh, interesting. Alright, one of the more marginal hands. We haven't seen many of these. Very interesting, very interesting. Let's see what happens here. Let's see, I just want to... Okay, so we got 3 bets. And we call. Wow, look at this GTO. And I really think that I thought I was being really loosey-goosey here. But in the end, this is very standard to call, especially because he only makes it 2.5 times the original raise. And this sizing doesn't work because it doesn't get enough value for your good hands. It's too hard to get rid of people when you're bluffing. Those 2 things are very important. Those 2 things tie in together and make it better to make a big raise. Let's say a raise to 14. Then you're going to lose some of these hands. Also, you're going to get more value from your good hands when you do get called. It's just, this just doesn't work. Flatting, I like that. Spaderu, haha, can't fold now. Yeah, now we're just gonna call. I hope. Yeah, okay. Kings, oh my god, please just fucking get there. So this is another one of those examples where I really think I was kicking myself, even though I played the hand perfectly. Yeah, perfectly. But I don't think that I thought about it that way. I really like how the end is kind of segmenting into what I want to talk about at the end. I don't think I was thinking about it that way. I think I was just like, oh god, he had kings, I should have folded. No, the raise was too small. I called. I flatted the flop, which was good, so we keep some ace high bluffs in there and everything. And then we had spades. We're definitely not fucking folding here. We even have 25% against kings. Normally we have 2 extra outs as kings, which would just give us like 30% against overpairs. It's not bad. Not bad on the turn all in when you also can have bluffs. You also have money invested, of course, which is very important to take into account when you think about that sort of stuff. Alright, almost spoilered again. Good job. I'm really happy I put that bar there. I just realized it now, what people meant by that. It's also a more balanced ratio of losing and winning, but that's like out of my control. Oh shit! Haha! Well, let's hope this is one of the winning hands. Okay, this I mind less because it's not a 3-bet. Oh, it's not a turn min raise. Sorry, it's not a turn min raise. Also, it was raised pre-flop, so I don't have any 6 in my range anymore. Please don't just get it on the flop. Please just flat. When was this hand? I already want to prepare myself for the worst. When was this fucking hand? Oh my god, in January. Here we go. There you fucking go. God damn it, man. I fucking hate January. Like, well, you did do some good things, so I don't necessarily hate January past me, but it's pushing it. Alright, let's sweat. Ace king, you're dead, mate. I mean, okay. You could make an argument for, is it really bad? If you know you're going to get the money in, then is it really bad? But you do not know that you're going to get the money in. He does not always have ace king. He is going to info raise you sometimes with a hand like ace 10. I'm going to see where I'm at, which is one of the worst things you can do in poker. But yeah, man, this is just value cutting. Like, it's a recurring theme where what you see everybody do is what you still see people do is you take bluffs away. If this guy was fucking bluffing at this stage, boom. If this guy had a hand like Jack 10, I'd take everything away from him. Whereas if we flat and the turn is a queen, he might think, hey, at least I have a gutter. I'm going to pound in the rest. That's a much better way of playing this hand. You just never bluff, and he can never bluff anymore. So it's just hand versus hand again. Very, very sad. Alright. Oh, stars nuts. Ha. Don't mind check raising here because we're really deep, but flatting is definitely good. Oh. Oh, shit. What the fuck's gonna happen here, guys? I have no idea. Oh, marry me, please. ISILDUR! Throw it in the fire! Oh my god, man. I am in love with what the fuck I'm doing right here. Look at this shit. 3 times pot. God damn, man. When, tell me when. January as well. Alright, January was overbetting month. I really think I figured something out back then, you know? We've seen 3 overbet hands from January. 3. That's not a coincidence anymore. That's not a coincidence anymore. This is straight awesome. Wow. That is awesome. Ah, no figure. You see, I think this is all the same session. Ah, no. I had some crazy sessions, I think, with big stacks. 4? 3. That's not good enough. Somebody already shows interest in the pot. You might as well bump it up to 4. This goes a little bit less for tournaments because you're less deep and you have more full equity in tournaments. Alright, calm down, ISILDUR. Calm down. Down, boy. Alright, oh my god. I'm a fucking legend. I don't know, this is not good though. Like, this legitimately is not good. Because he's from small blind, he limp calls. Like, what am I trying to get to call here? 3? Like, a guy who has queens full of 3s? How often does he fucking have a pair when he takes this line? I mean, maybe back then a little bit more than they do now, so... But still, the fact that he leads, though, make it very interesting. Because think about this. Like, why would he lead a quads on the turn? Like, I understand that people didn't leave room for bluffs for others, but this is different, right? If you have a queen, or somebody else cannot have anything. So I think they would definitely give you rope. And I think that I kind of sensed that and went for it. Like, I don't know, my overbets have been really good in the hands that we've been seeing here. Just straight getting paid, fuckers. This is an interesting hand. Ha, no outs, by the way. This is an interesting hand. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh my god, I can't wait to see what happens next. So what can we expect more of this year? This year I played more 50 cents $1, which we're gonna talk about. I played a fuck ton of 1-2, it looks like. This is my first big sample of anything. I played 100,000 hands. Also, I moved up to 2-4, where I played 30,000 hands, as well as 23,000 hands on 3-6, and 27,000 hands on 5-10. How the fuck is that all possible? Oh, and I will say there's also some 10-20 hands in between there, possibly tilt. So I already moved up kind of to 10-20, but you have to understand too, guys, this is when we did the 10 buy-in bankroll rule. So even if you look at this stack, this means legitimately, if I have this 3 times, I move up to 1-2. That's how crazy it was back then. And nobody had a fucking clue what was going on and what was good and what was not. Cool. So, please, few things, guys. Please like the video if you do like it. If you don't like it, don't mind pressing the dislike button, but you wouldn't have gotten this far anyway. Please subscribe as well so you always get the notifications, you get the videos up. If you're just browsing on YouTube, you might see in that corner, you might see a little link that says now streaming live on Twitch. Please please come hang out. I have one of the most chill poker communities there is. We have a very nicely moderated chat. You can ask questions, you can dive into it, you can even talk about, you know, strategy. You can really dive into the community and help yourself become a better poker player and just enjoy it. If you want to see more, I'm exactly the same when I'm streaming. I also talk just as fucking much when I'm streaming because I try to really engage with everybody there. And to also go on to that, we have a comment from my man, obviously stretching for time. There it is. Justin Rodenberg. As you can read on the screen, the Kings versus Aces hand that ends at 18 minutes. Weren't you bound to lose that hand anyway? And if you went all in, the other would have called, wouldn't it? Let's take a look at that hand. All right, you notice that I'm never full stacked either. Like, all these hands are from like different tilt moments. I did, like I said in the first video, I did have a tendency to buy in for 80%. So yes, guys, I do know how to calculate it. I'm buying time right now. That would be 160. So that's possible. All right, let's see. Interesting. So I got 2.5x. 20. I flat. Very strange, but okay. I'm gonna say this. It's very strange to flat there. I do it in a lot of other instances as well. I definitely don't think you can attribute this to balance or to play solidly. I honestly think that this is just wanting to see if there's an ace or not. But I do think that there's going to be a lot of weird things that I'm doing in future episodes as well on 1020 that used to be very dodgy, but I think seem pretty good now. So I do think I'm pretty decent at balancing. But like I said, I don't think I can give myself credit here, because here we just wanted to see if an ace flopped or not. Yeah, leading it out. Yes, there we go. Okay, so this clearly worked back then, because this is another one of those induced bets that we've seen before. Really don't like the call. You don't want a queen to come off. Jackson tends to check the turn behind, the river being another 9, and you bet and they fold or they get there. You really need to get this all in. God damn it. Yeah, this is really bad. You have like 29% of your stack invested, whatever the fuck it is. Do I shove now? If I shove now, this is absolutely okay. Shove. Oh my god. This is... Please. No! What the fuck am I doing? I'm so genuinely surprised. Oh my god, no. Oh my god. What is that? I mean, it really doesn't matter in the end. Oh my god, this is so sad as well, especially knowing that I was like taking a shot or tilting. Can you imagine how fucking mad I was after this hand? What was this? What are you doing? I will say that I expected the chance for this bet to pop up to be 0%. I am not gonna lie. What the hell are you doing? What the fuck is this? Is this some kind of crazy fucking merge value bet type shit? If this, guys, if this means that I was afraid he was gonna check queens, jacks, or 10s and I didn't want that, I'm a fucking genius. I'll tell you that much. But I'm not. But if I had that clarity to do something like that, I mean, who knows? Who knows? But this is... Alright. Now, what's very important to consider there is that at that stage it didn't matter that I would have lost the hand anyway. What made me upset watching it is if you play the hand 100 times and you have all these different hands that you could be up against, because somebody doesn't always have aces. Like when somebody says, oh, I put you on ace king, that's a very... I knew you had ace king. That's a very bad thing to say. Because if somebody has ace king, they have ace queen, they have aces, kings, queens. There's some bluffs in there. There's going to be some random fucking ace 5 in there. There's going to be a random jack 10 suited in there. So what you need to do is you need to look at a range of hands, a group of hands. And you kind of think of what group of hands can my opponent have? How do I play my hand the best against the group of hands? What's the most profitable to play? Also, what hands do I normally have here, right? So then you're gonna start talking about ranges of hands, which is already when somebody say, oh, the bluffing part of my range, which just means like if I think about every single hand that I could have in this scenario, there's a group bluffs, there's a group things that you bluff catching with, want to pot control with, there's stuff that you want to get value with, and it needs to be a well-constructed group of hands so that you do not become predictable. Now, when I'm very disappointed about a hand that I would have lost anyway, it's because I would have played it bad against all the other hands that he has as well, which is what I did with the kings. So I think that that is a very important takeaway. It's something that I've been hearing about this video as well, where people kind of make comments like that. So I think those are the two lessons that we have here. I think this is going to be also kind of like a training kind of thing too, because a lot of people said that they're still making a lot of the mistakes that I'm talking about. So do consider that you do not want to take bluffs away from your opponent. Like just smash it in on dry boards like I did in this video. And do not hindsight think you would have lost anyway, or I lost the hand, what could I have done differently? Think about how you played the hand against a group of hands. If it doesn't work out sometimes, if you do run into top set, so be it, as long as it just doesn't happen every single time, because they're not always going to have top set. And that's something very, very, very important to consider. Cool. So please subscribe, press the like button, do me a huge favor. I'm going to push these out. We're going to do top 25 of 100 NL next time. After that, we're going to go over the 1-2 hands, and that is already a big sample, so I might really go for hands and look over hands there, because for instance the 2-4 after that is 36,000 hands, and we can pretty much cut it with 20. With the top 50, you're going to get like similar hands to this, which are not always nutted, and they're definitely more and more fun to watch. So see you guys next time. Thank you so fucking much. See you on Twitch, YouTube. Also check out the social links that you see in the outro screen. I do respond to all the messages there everywhere, so feel free to follow me, hit me up, whatever. There's a lot more that I do. I update everything. Peace.